See,
Let's get it. Greetings and salutations. I hope everyone is having themselves a mighty fine day. This is not a Baroque Works broadcast. I do know that One Piece is not going to be here this week, but this was not a planned or scheduled break. It's something that just happened because Oda's not feeling well. I truly believe he's overextending himself with like the Netflix show, which is ass. On top of maybe I know Studio Wit's making like a remake of the anime and stuff too. I don't know how involved in that he is, and we do know that there's a big upcoming announcement. I like you, Lizard. We spoke about this. Feel it could be a movie, and if he's involved with the movie, it's just kind of taking a lot of his focus away from the manga right now. So we hope that he feels better, recover. We need the series to end. It is the only reason why I'm still alive today. But how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Right in the midst of God Valley. Kind of sucks that we have to take an impromptu break, but
Yeah,
you know, his health takes concern over it. But
over everything, his health, man.
yeah.
Before we even particularly dive into all these comments and stuff, I wanted to ask you how you kind of felt about the latest chapter, 1161. And by the way, I'm with you now. Roger lobbed Rayleigh the Shaki. Because he's like, oh no, I'm busy, glare, and then Rayleigh goes in. Nah, he alley ooped him. He alley ooped. I believe he alley ooped him. He's still sad about it, but
he has conflicting emotions.
that's my man. Because he saw him and Scott were like, all right, do this later. So yeah. Question: Who would run the 100 meters faster, Bolt or Whitebeard when he sees Garp? That's crazy. Usain Bolt. No. So yeah, what I did was ask you guys, who do you? I'll scroll up. Who do you guys think the MVP in God Valley is going to be? And I wanted your answer. So actually, I said question for my Goon Valley denizens. Who will be the MVP of God Valley? Tell me which character and your reasoning. I will be reading through these on stream or a video, depending on how many people answer. So, I'm gonna post it again in the.
I pinned it.
Okay. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah. So it's there. So I'm gonna close this then. So it's there if you want to answer still. It's not too late. I'll do one refresh for now and then get into it. But before we even go into that, what would define someone as being the MVP of this arc though? Like, do you think it's different for every character because of what their goals and motivations are? Because for some it's to escape, for some it's to find something or save somebody. Like, or is it based on kind of like who has the best combat showcase or leaves like the biggest legend or gains the most notoriety from this incident? Like, how are you viewing it?
I think it's different for like as yeah, I think you mentioned it's different for each people because there's people like somebody like Dragon. I think he could be the MVP depending on how like his character morality changes throughout this arc. I mean like how it like affects and like what he does and like if he has a good showing relative to what he is, right? Like I don't expect him to be like moving like 17-year-old Luffy even like that was a different man. But there's that like somebody like Kuma, right? I think that could be a good option. You could say oh Kuma like depending on how he saved the 500 people, that could be a good thing. But I think for like the heavy hitters like Rocks, Roger, for Rocks it'd just be like how well he does and like how much of a like stand he makes. Like if he has like that Whitebeard and Marineford level stance, I think that could lead him the MVP. And then for somebody like Roger and Rocks, uh,
Okay.
it just depends on like I mean Roger like Garp. I think it's just more like if they have the best feats and like they show off and they really come out of it looking like the top dog of the new era
Okay.
for me.
That makes perfect sense. What Chief just said actually made me think of something. So he said, before we start, let me get this theory off. I think Shaki stays under Oro Jackson a few years to raise Shanks. There's only niggas in that ship. Think about it. What made me actually be like, you know why that makes sense to me? It's not impossible that Garp chased around the Kuja pirates. But she said, your grandpa used to chase me. That makes way more sense if you're under Oro Jackson because Garp and Roger were always clashing. That makes sense. That makes sense. For me, there's only four characters who have a chance. Dragon, if he has a great standing morals moment. Garp helps beat rocks, then has a moment of defying the Celestials. Roger, if he beats rocks 1v1 for Rock's aura.
No Strusen? Like
No Captain John? Jiki Jiki no Mi? Okay, that's fair. That makes sense to me. Obviously, I put this out when 1160 is only out. So what I said already kind of came to fruition and pass. But we'll start with my answer and then we'll continue. But what were you gonna say?
oh, sorry. I just want to say I like the theory that Chief had about her, like her being on the ship and raising. I do have the thing where I think they stayed in the West Blue for a couple of years because the whole Shanks saying, "This is from my hometown." So maybe they like Shanks stayed in the area for 1 year. Like in the beginning of the series, he stayed in
It
what's that
makes it makes sense that maybe when he was a baby, maybe he like stayed on an island in West Blue for a bit, and that's the alcohol he brought to Whitebeard. And then when he was old
yeah
enough to be a pirate apprentice, he came on the ship officially. That makes sense.
yeah. I could yeah. I do want to see them raising. That'd be fun. That'd be really fun.
Yeah. John
Baby
got
Shanks.
downscaled due to the relation to useless Captain Mid. He probably has advanced commoners hockey though. Advanced commoners hockey is crazy. So, starting off with what I said I'm Team Rayleigh. He's going to physically save Shaki, which we've seen, make everyone jealous, which we kind of seen, and put in work. Then he'll take Shaki under Oral Jackson to fuel her love. They said, someone said, "Why you like this?" LOL. Yeah. Now Grizz saying fuel her love was hilarious. Maro Cat's comment here doesn't upset me because I think Kuma's goal to be MVP is different. And if he really freed a lot of people with the Nikyu no Mi, like he saved a substantial amount of lives, I wouldn't hate the idea of giving him the most valuable player for the God Valley incident. I don't think it's gonna be Kuma. I think he'd like put up good numbers, but I don't hate that. I don't hate that answer at all. Is there any unorthodox answer you think could exist that wasn't really named here? Because most people here, I think, said the same thing from what I can tell. Scrolling really minimally, like I know we joked about Strusen, but could a Strusen or a Ganzui or whatever, or shit Bogart?
Yo,
Big Bogart? Like, do you think?
Black Blade Bogart.
Funny enough, Big Mom could be. I feel like if Big Mom actually gets like the Mochi Mochi no Mi and the genie fruit where Daifuku has to jerk his meat and all those stuff, that's not a bad win con. If she gets every fruit that kind of Parasparrow's fruit, like
And plus,
interesting.
if she like, you know, does Saturn in, because I think they have the like, they teased that potential meeting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Saturn, like, if she beats it, Big Mom could be there. I don't think Kaido will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just think it's like the only ones. It's like the really the there.
Yeah.
Like I don't see any X factor.
And what I'll say about Rayleigh as well is I think part of his quote unquote win condition or MVP, whatever, is to continue to protect Shaki and not let anyone take her from him. Because what if a God Knight sees her with the pirate? They might be like, "Oh hell nah, I want her as my wife." Ah, or the random pirates. Ah, or what if What if Shiki's like, "Oh hell no, it's me," right? And he packs them all up, right? Like, and also,
Yeah.
does he already have his Dark King epithet? I don't know. What if he gets that here? Like his legend truly rises or gets a huge boost from the God Valley incident. I think that could also help Rayleigh. So that's why he was my answer. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I like. Yeah, I think it's like one of the big. Before the 11. Like I thought, like the whole thing was he gonna have to save her from Garling, but I guess that's not gonna happen. Yes, if he protects her from Garling, like not even a full fight, but like he stops him and like forces Garland to go somewhere else. I can dub.
Yeah, I feel it.
Also, hey man, getting compared to Helmut should be up. That should be good for him.
Upscale got I said upscale. Helmeppo got still has a very incredible growth rate. So I'm starting to think that if Grox gets Domi reversed, we probably gonna skip God Valley from that moment onwards until Garp interacts with Rox. You mean like if it happens in the flashback, we'll cut away from it until he pops up where Rox and Rogers are? Oh, until Blackbeard interacts with Rox? Interesting. Have you guys
No,
seen
I
that
think you mean
theory?
Garp.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I think you meant Garp with Blackbeard because Blackbeard captured.
Yes. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, so Blackbeard and Garb. Yeah. I like that idea. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, I'm not mad at that. And then you get the final piece or like what really happened in that fight, and maybe the reason why he doesn't want to bring it up or is ashamed of it or something. Um, okay, that's cool. That's fire. So, Cernel says Whitebeard. He saved the dragon and probably did more badass things. We he hasn't saved dragon yet. Hazel Kate, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Hope you enjoy your stay here. He hasn't saved dragon yet.
Technically, you could.
Actually,
Sorry.
no. I guess you could actually,
Yeah.
in a manner of speaking.
Yeah.
No, you're right. No, I'm tripping because Whitebeard. I mean, dragon's about to get smoked by Saint Maffy. Is that her name?
Yeah.
And then because of the attack he sent flying, it enabled him to pick up Shanks.
Yeah.
Somebody actually posed something very interesting to me. Very very briefly, just not to derail this too much. Someone said, what if it's Shamrock that he actually picked up? Now, I don't think that's the case because I feel like for a lot of the Baby Shanks panels, his left arm is always cut off to some degree to show us that it's him, like in a subtle way. But I would find that fascinating if somehow he ends up having to swap the babies in some weird way, or he actually saves Shamrock, but during some type of ordeal, Garling threw Shanks in the chest or something or whatever, and then when he picked it up, it's actually Shamrock and not Shanks. I don't think it's the case though, but I thought it was interesting.
That'd be interesting, but it's like they're so young. Does it really make a difference?
And too convoluted for this. There's enough happening. I don't think we need that to happen here.
Yeah. Also, I just want to say, real quick, I know like people think, people joking, and some people have skeptic of like Shanks getting his head hit means it's like the Goku, him getting all the him.
That was serious? People are being serious about that?
I don't know, like, for was he joking? But I've seen people being like side eyeing it and be like potential thing. But I'm like, I just think it just to knock him out, so he's not he's not saying anything. Yeah, because we've seen this chapter like Shamrock.
Because maybe Shanks doesn't know who saves him.
Yeah.
Well, even though you're that young, you probably don't remember. On top of that, the joke I made is him hitting his head at such a young age is the reason why he's a raging alcoholic. I can see them skipping that moment. Then we just see Garp with the depressed face and Sengoku asking him what happened. Right now it's Rayleigh, but it's going to be Garp. This is where he gets his big hero tag. Makes a lot of sense. The way Oda's doing Garp going to be the MVP, people don't understand how Oda thinks of Garp. People think it's just Shanks, but I would argue Garp is the other character Oda has an agenda for. I'd add one more to that, and that's Sakazuki. He glazes Sakazuki. There's a reason Luffy at 40 and at 60 looks like these two. They're Oda's favorites. Yeah, I'm good. I'm all right. Very busy this week. A lot going on. Going camping again. Very excited about that. A little getaway. And then for the rest of the year, it's just strap in, buckle in, and pull my boots by the bootstrap and lock in grindstone. Gotta get this money up. Not my funny up. But yeah. Okay. Garp Chujo, says Sunday Lollipop. So Realm 5217 says, I should actually highlight the one I'm reading. It's going to be Emu. He's going to turn Rox into a demon, which is why Garp and Roger team up. We're going to see Emu flex so hard. Then someone said, you know what? Forget what I was going to say. I'm down with this theory. Okay. Interesting. Not mad at it in any capacity. What would Emu's MVP condition be? Just finish some projects and found the channel. Oh, nice. My channel's mad random. I just do whatever the hell I want. Go ahead.
Oh, like his win condition?
Yeah, like
Emu's. I think it would just be like overwhelming. Like the one that would break the power scaling and like fuck it, like thing is if Emu's able to dummy reverse without like what's it called, like, because the whole theory with the rocks is, I think rocks is like he like Emu would dummy reverse him at his lowest point, maybe after like after his family dies, right, or his wife dies. But he just does it off rip, and he just like destroys everybody, and it becomes like a one, like everybody versus Emu. I think that just sets up them as P. But what? Yeah. What do you think?
have I? Do you mean Black Ops 6? Kate? No, I haven't played Black Ops 6. I haven't played Black Ops since Modern Warfare, like the fourth one. That's like the last one I really played. I'm not a first person shooter guy like that though. Well. Welcome to me. Tried the zombie mode is dope. Do you have Tried money? Cause that's a full price game. My friend has it. I could play it at his house. I'll try it out with him. I don't mind playing zombies. Zombies is fun. Okay, so what did you say, KG? Emu humiliating Rocks, turning him dummy reverse and having Prime, Garp, and Roger go extreme to forget Rocks. I think humiliating him and maybe being able to break his will, or being like, you thought you could pull up on me, you Davy Jonesian scum, whatever, and like flexes on him and like breaks his will or something of the sort would work. I don't foresee that happening, but that's the best win comp or MVP condition I have for Emu. But I'm not going with Emu because ultimately Emu's still going to be a shadowy figure that no one really knows about. So for me, it's a no realm, but I don't hate that choice. I didn't even think of Emu if I'm being honest.
I honestly put Emu and Gonko in the same. Like, I consider them the same, but you know.
We got Big Lizard.
Who's this? Gentoki's a hard guy. Wow.
He's probably gonna have such an insightful and deep comment. He said he gotta go with my GOAT Roger. He's gonna show why it became his era after Rocks was taken out. I'm expecting him to surpass Rocks at God Valley and reach the summit of the pirate world. Do you think his hockey's gonna bloom?
Biggest bloom ever, man.
The ultimate bloom.
Insane bloom. I do think, yeah, like he's just gonna show why he became the, like, he's gonna like. Also, I think Oda just like kind of like the way he's using them is like in a certain way he's kind of holding Roger and them back, right? Like he gets a couple clashes here, like they almost feel like an X factor in this whole thing, right? If you understand where we're like, you have the Rocks, the pirates, and all that, and you have like set up everything, but Roger probably just right there. They're just coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And like, yeah.
They're gonna get some treasure and Jackie. Some booty and some booty.
Bait. I glaze my goat, man. It is what underrated, man.
If Oda does Rocks dirty, we're gonna have a conversation on how Oda treats Arabic characters, Basil Hawkins, Pedro, and Rocks, not to mention the two Dressrosa terrorists. Oh, Abdul and Jeet. Rocks is Arabic. I meant Rocks. Sorry, Pedro, the mink. I didn't know that. If that's true. I know Blackbeard's supposed to be Somalian. That's interesting. So, lend me some hockey garb. This is base Rocks we're up against. Oh man, I'm a graphic artist. So is there any chance I could work for the channel? Stuff like logo banner, overlays, etc. I don't have any money for that right now. I'm currently not seeking that, so I'm gonna say no. But I appreciate the offer. That I knew why Stimmy said what he said to me initially. I knew why he said it. Good. He used a blade. Mihawk upscale. I'm sorry. Pedro is Yemeni. Guess who died from a suicide? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Stimmy said be gone. Is there anything you want to expound upon about Roger? Like anything you want to see him do? You think he will do? Um,
Uh,
does this take his status to the yeah, well, to the next level? Yeah, yeah. Because the reason I ask it is because when he pulls up on Whitebeard to get Odin, it says "Great Pirate Roger," but he doesn't seem to have like a specific epithet like Straw Hat Roger. He's not Pirate King yet. Like, how much do you think his notoriety goes up?
I just, I think it goes up to like the top, right? Because if Rocks is taken, and like we know, like it takes some time for the other Rocks fires to really get it, like, what is it called? Like set up their own like ships and factions and all that. Like they gather the crew. So there should be like a period of time where Roger's like the only big crew, like the best crew out there, and he's the top dog there. And the nickname is funny because like I don't know, man. Like because he never had a nickname. At the end of the series, some random guy just said, "Yeah, that's the king of the pirates," and he was like, "Alright, fuck it."
Okay. Simi said that they're evolving. Now they're trying to hold fake conversation before springing they trap. But yeah, it's definitely a bot. I don't know, man. Roger just in his Anthony Edwards time right now. Hopefully this fight gets him to lock in. Oh, okay, I get it. Send the video. Send the video. I got it. He said, take the plan B and send the video. Well, shout out to Roger, man. Jabril4163, one of my most consistent commenters. I could see that now. Said, Rocks. He's going to go so hard even before getting Domi reversed. It seems to be like the general consensus. He will save Teach and take out a lot of big names.
Yeah. I think that comes really just from the fact that like everybody thinks he's gonna 2v1 Rocks and Roger and Garp, and they want to set it up properly. Which, I mean, I'm still not a thing. I still think I'll be a one, but maybe not.
Is that enough? Like, let's say, like, hypothetically, even if they're not pirate names, we know he takes down big pirate names from the other crew, or maybe he defeats somebody. Maybe he beats Bogart or something. I'm using Bogart facetiously, but you get what I mean, like Bogart or like I'm gonna say someone of the ilk of Aurelian Scopper, but not quite to that degree on the Roger crew or something of the sort. And he saves Eris and Teach for the time being. Is that enough?
Yeah. I think it could be if he like also if he has that post crash out like after you know like Whitebeard after Ace died. It's the same thing with Eris dying, and he just like he smokes he like really smokes Garling and puts him down. He like goes like thing where like everybody has to like it forces maybe like him crashing out is what forces Emu to do what like come through. Because I have the theory that Garling's gonna be the one that kills. Like Garling is gonna be the one that kills Eris. Garling or yeah, Gonko.
You know who's another
So if
another you know who's another possible candidate? Jay Garcia. He's there too.
oh, that
The
would
girl
be
say, wouldn't surprise me. You mere fucking Davy Jonesian scum insect on his little fake. I'm better than your gimmick. I'm so happy that Bozo got backed up. Oda, this is Garp too much to sideline him. People compare it to Smoker and Alabasta, but it's closer to Kobe and Rocky Port, where he actually puts in work but helps Blackbeard.
yeah.
Does Oda glaze Garp? Maybe I'm not paying attention. I feel like
I think
Shanks
he
for
plays
sure.
his strength.
Shanks for sure. And then my second choice is Sakazuki, aka Akainu, but maybe the prime rib line to Linlin was crazy. So
He definitely glazes his strength.
having Whitebeard running like that is a crazy thing to see. Like it's just bad optics, but it's not like I'm not like overdoing it. Like other people are. I'm not mad at it. Run your agenda. Have fun with it. Do what you got to do. But
It's funny. It just don't take it serious.
yeah.
Oh, oh yeah. You're talking about another like Canada. I think he mentioned Gar. Think about Harold. We know Harold shows up here.
Ooh, Harold. Because here's the thing that I'm wondering, right? Rocks goes down. The Rocks crew is disbanded as a result of that because most of them are Davy Backfight inductees. Does somebody major like Harold have to help the Rock's pirates currently escape? Do they escape separately? You know what I mean? So what if Harold comes after maybe Rock's perishes or whatever, or it's too late, and he like, you guys get on my ship. We'll go to Elbaf and take refuge there, and then that's when everyone goes their separate ways. Like, and while he does that, he fucking destroys a holy net or something. You know, like that'd be interesting.
I do have this theory that Harold is the one that saves Blackbeard,
I
but he
I,
like
I
puts
don't
Blackbeard in another island,
I don't hate that
another
idea. The
country.
shade port. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Eris might survive. I can see him going back to the idea of Ace meeting Eris and Blackbeard's sisters. Blackbeard has siblings.
there was like a like when you were doing like an outline, like the he said like he like when he was sketching the idea, right? Like he was showing like the pre-drafts like Blackbeard. I think he showed him having, but I just
Oh.
don't think that's the case now because we've seen them. Yeah.
I could see Eris surviving the God Valley and human hunt incident, but like maybe getting sick or something and dying after the fact when they get to Shadeport. Maybe they're poor and she's making Teach eat all the food, which is why he's a chungus. I'm joking, but and she's not really eating. So interesting,
Uh,
interesting.
Air surviving would be fun, but this is Oda, and you know how he does with OP.
Okay. This is also another thing I noticed. Shanks' divine departure, then Galaxy Impact comes after. He loves to glaze Shanks like a divine figure while Garb as a demon. Only characters that had top tier sweating. Only characters that had top tier sweating and twerking. Maybe he does. Maybe he does. Really like Garb more than I realize.
Yeah. Speaking of divine, I don't know if I told. I don't know. Did I say it to you about? I think Roger Fire is having this theme of Buddhism, Japanese Shinto, like they're
Israeli's ability, like the Higurana transcendent whatever.
yeah,
Also,
like it
okay.
references Buddhist, and then like you know when Roger does that Arma team like against Garp in this flashback, right? Like when he has that
Yeah.
class, and it's like it can be called divine wrath and Japanese Shinto things.
Interesting.
Think of bonds, you know the Futin like thing.
Yeah.
Is
So
one of the moves he used.
that might be kind of their motif then. Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
I didn't catch that.
divinity.
I like that. I like that. David said, I'm going to go with Roger because this is when he takes the baton from Xebec and starts his era of being the GOAT. Second choice is Rayleigh, though. Yeah. Not mad at it.
Perfect choice.
Ares surviving could add to the tragedy. Rock crashes out and goes berserk because he thought she died when she actually survived. Ooh. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, Roger's a great choice. I can't get mad at that. Devil Fruit user 1327 says, Hockey man, no Devil Fruit Gar baby. The hero. I think Garp is like secretly him and Roger are like secretly like the top two candidates, though someone else could surprise us and in a ways we don't know because we have to see the truth of what happened. But
Yeah.
Garp has started off strong already. He called these guys Neptunians and or Sea King. He said this is a prime fishing spot. Said this is not hot enough to cook a prime rib Linlin. That's all you got?
Blackbeard doing the race, man. Hit
Yeah.
the...
I'm not trying to. He said, I got to haul ass. Oppress D slaves is crazy. Ace 02. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Oppress these slaves. Oh my goodness. Someone said not a One Piece head, so I can't say, but had to make a comment. All right, thank you. Thank you, Kano Co Central. I'll be honest with y'all. If Oda can't let Kaido naturally beat Odin, he not letting Roger beat Rocks fairly.
Yeah, but this is Roger, not old. I mean, it's not Roger, it's Kaido.
Yeah, Kaido's not someone I think. I don't think Oda dislikes him, but doesn't have him in the highest regard. You gotta see statements that Oda makes about Akainu like outside the source material. His
Call him
AP is
handsome.
the highest Devil Fruit offensive tier and yada yada blah blah blah. If if he had to find a One Piece, he'd do it in a year, whatever. Something. I'm like, yo. I think he said he's like handsome, one of the most handsome characters. I'm like, dog, are you good? That last one, I'm pretty sure you said something along those lines. Nigga would find the OP in a year. Like, yeah, my goat. Hey, shout out to Sakazuki. Um, I don't know what to say. Hippie Kitike XD said Roger will probably be the MVP, but I think Garling will have the best performance relative to expectations. Garling was introduced in the story as a champion of God Valley, and narratively it makes sense to tie that to the battle. Given that Rox is a member of the Davy clan, Garling might have won the game by killing Rox. If Rox does die, Garling and Emu are the only real possibilities for who killed him. Well, maybe the final blow, but putting him down could still be Garp and Roger. Garling needs to be hyped for future arcs, and being firmly established as an equal to characters like Rox and Roger is an effective way of doing it. I think each of the 4 primary fighters in God Valley, Roger, Garp, Rox, and Garling, will fight the other 3, even if for only a single clash. A couple pages of Garling versus Rox would be interesting to compare Shanks versus Blackbeard when it happens. I'm of the opinion that Rox is living inside Blackbeard, so it would actually be Rox fighting both times. It's a great comment. I like this comment a lot. That's interesting to me. What do you think about Garling? Garling's MVP condition, if you will.
I think first of all, I just want to say the champion of God Valley, that shit fake. Man. Got it for beating them.
Say that again.
Like the whole the Garling, the champion God Valley shit is fake, man. Like he just got that for being like killing the most slaves.
Or maybe because he brought Emu's attention that the Davy clan was on this island.
Yeah. But I do think he has a good winning condition. I think he'll show, like, I think he can have a good thing where, like, if he shows, like, how evil he is, like, really evil, I think that can play into it, because I think Garling might be the most evil world government person besides Emu. Because in this chapter, they were scared of him, right?
Like, yeah, and even Maffy's like, I can't believe a prick like him had a kid.
Yeah.
And the person who asked Maffy to get the baby. By the way, real quick, while you're saying this, I'm gonna find that one translation I can't believe Viz cooked. But yeah, whatever. Go ahead. I can't even remember what I was what to say.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. It's like, I think, like if he does, it shows like how evil and ruthless he can be, and like I don't think he'll defeat Rox, but if he's the one that lands the killing blow, and maybe he's the one that kills Iris and like Scar, like mentally scars Teach. Like there's a lot of things he can do that could show him to be the MVP. Like if you come out of it thinking, oh, this is the guy we got to worry about when we're like in the current era, like in the current part of the world, you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the next big like he's gonna be the next big bad, but after Emu, I think he can be the MVP. But I don't think he'll be like on the level of. I think the flashback is showing that Roger, Rox, are like in their own tier compared to everybody else. Besides Emu's like. But yeah.
It says, to be fair, Viz doesn't call him the champion. Apparently says he distinguished himself in God Valley. So what I like about the comment that was just made the most is that I feel that Garling establishing the strength of the Figureling bloodline is something that needs to be displayed here. So that's why we understand why he's a leader of the Holy Knights, then becoming a Gorosei, taking Jay Garcia's place as a defense science, whatever god, warrior god. Plus the reason why Shamrock and Shanks are so powerful, similar to how Garp and Dragon are probably super strong because of Garp, you know what I mean? So establishing the Figureling bloodline strength. So I think seeing his strength showcase here in that capacity, yeah, we'll get that. What I wanted to give Viz credit for was this part of the translation. So Maffy says, well, the kidnapper's got to be dead now. Babies, but he's saying like the baby is, the contraction, safe and sound too. Is that good? So he's hearing babies as in plural because the person speaking to Maffey knows there's two, not one. Babies, safe and sound, perfect. Come back before Garling finds out. That's great. The funniest part about this to me is Garling, you stabbed the girl and then threw them in a warehouse. Why don't you just take the kids then? That was very, like, you're very unserious. You left them with the dying mom? Like, what's wrong with you? So, yeah. I need Garling to go extreme difference to Captain John, establishing that Captain Kidd will reach Shanks' level of three Yonko commander level. I'm crying.
Do you think if Mafia brings it back, obviously it's one baby, do you think Garling just smokes her right there?
Yeah.
Because I think that would be a good way to show, like,
How ruthless he
maybe
is and why a lot of them maybe don't like him like that or think he's a prick.
yeah, ruthless, and show, like, we know, like, just like more into the hierarchy of like how the holy slice of dragons work. Maybe like the Figureland family has a higher standing than the Saint Mafia family, whatever. The Saint Satchel's family, I think she's from. So that'd be a good way to start it up, if it makes sense. Like, oh, like he can do it not just because he's a captain of the thing, but because the Figureland family is like a higher standing compared to the Satchel family.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Makes sense. We don't know if he left them with the mom for certain, but it's probably the most likely right now because how else did Dragon find the kids? Exactly, because they were with her while she was dying. Is his plan was just to like come back to like her corpse and then take the kids? Or the kids crawled away too, right? Like it's just, I don't know. Not particularly intelligent. Ryan says, casting my vote for Roger. Him and his crew left with several W's, Shaki, Shanks, a decent portion of the Celestial Dragon's treasure, and with limited to no serious injury to his crew. That's all fire to me. It's all fly. Makes sense to me. Memes aside, I need Garp to at least verbally body Garling to beat the Warrior of Oppression allegations.
I wonder how Garling and Garp feel about each other.
Garp probably doesn't like him because he's a celestial dragon and stuff like that, and he doesn't with him. Garling at the top right now, I don't know. The thing about Garp that makes him so hard to handle is because when he has the hero title, the cachet and clout that he carries and how the world sees him as a symbol of, like, look how the Marines acted when they saw him pull up. They're like, oh, thank God. Garp is here. We're good. You know what I mean? Like, right? Garp Chuja! So, yeah. I really want more Garp and dragon interactions. There's so much there, in my opinion. Him saying "Dad" in every translation was sick because everyone said the same thing. But yeah, if Roger gets Shaki, yeah, you get Shanks. You get a lot of treasure plus maybe some devil fruits, and no one's really injured or dies. That's a really, really dope win condition. So yeah, I'm with it. Urek Mazzino says, hopefully it's one of the Rocks pirates who didn't get much screen time like Shiki or Captain John, but it's probably Garp since the accident. I think the accident the incident, I think he said he became the hero of the Marines in. Even if it's not completely true and fabricated, the 5 elders didn't want smoke with him. So he's going with Garp because after this, Garp is known as the hero of the Marines. Okay. Garland probably hates him because Garling's celestial title means nothing to him, and he's far from strong enough to intimidate Garp. Yeah.
What do you think? Sorry, I just want to ask, like, Garp, besides like showing his strength, what do you think of like his other?
It would be interesting if a couple of the pirates from the Rocks crew, perhaps the other, let's say he does like a bit of a Kizaru, but he actually does capture and or take out somebody extremely big, not just Rocks. That'd be really dope. Remember how Kizaru didn't actually capture any of the Supernova, but he ended up capturing like 500 pirates in Sabaody? Let's say Garp captures like 1,000 pirates. And, I don't know, Gonzui and the Fishman pirate from the Rocks Pirates gets captured or something. On top of him and Roger taking out Rocks. And he already had Linlin. And I know Kaido wanted to smoke, but Kaido would have got packed up. But having those three run for him too is really good optics, in my opinion. So, Yeah. I could see Dragon crying in front of Garp saying he did something terrible, then explain the genocide that's happening out here when Garp crashes out. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Do you think Garb doesn't know about it? I feel like
I feel. Okay, here's the thing, right? The current Garp for sure knows about these type of things. I think. See, it's hard. It's hard to say. Here's why it's hard to say. I would argue that he has to know to some capacity, but it's not impossible at this point. He just knows the celestial dragons are scumbags and take like a bunch of wives and stuff like that. Would it be crazy that he doesn't know that they just hunt humans and islands every 2 years and just eradicate and genocide entire, like, you know, species, if you will, or races, you know what I mean? And erase language and culture. What if, as of right now, he's not aware of that? And this is where he learns about it.
Oh,
is that impossible? Based on what we know?
He might not know. I could see where he doesn't know the
Substage
capabilities. But the moment, like, I think KGH is mentioning of 1096, Garb does say, is it just like when Garb asks what are they doing and Kong can't answer, he does say, oh, they're on their little celestial field. So he does know some, like, he knows something, like, he knows his field, celestial dragons go out.
But what if he thinks it's a general field trip and or excursion where he has to be bodyguards for them, and he's like, I'm not interested in that. Whole time it's a genocide thing. You know what I mean? Again, I'm not even trying to defend Garp here. It's just like I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I think it could be in the middle where, like, maybe he doesn't know it's a full genocide, but I don't think he's like foolish enough to think it's just like a like it's just a field trip. Like, it might be a thing where, like, or it could even be like a slave picking trip, right? You know, like Sabodi with it.
And
like maybe
what
he
if
thinks it's that.
I know Xebec already said he hates the top brass. He's like a pirate. He should just join us. But what if his, like, let's say as of right now, he's never been offered to become an admiral. And learning this through Dragon or through some other means is why he's like, I will never relinquish this title because I have the most freedom as a Marine right now. And this is why he never goes to admiral. Not impossible. Not impossible.
I can see that.
Am I doing some PR right now? Absolutely. But
you all gotta run some PR, man.
Yeah. Because it almost seems like okay, basically, I'll ask this final question and we'll keep moving. Based on how the Marine was acting when Dragon was asking questions, was that more of a I know the truth and I'm not telling you because you're a lowly soldier, or you're a lowly soldier, fall in line and just, hey babe, don't worry now, reading the comments and the volumes all the way down? Oh, okay. Not reading the comments, okay. What was I gonna say? What if what was I just saying? Damn it.
About Garp and like what was it, Garp?
Whatever. A Celestial Dragons be traveling to Sabaody and East Blue to do some BS. He probably thought that's what was happening in God Valley. Yeah. I'm saying, what if I'm basically saying, like, this could be the catalyst for why he never wants to be Admiral. Right? And so Dragon being told what he's being told, is it more like a just follow orders, or is it I know more than I'm letting on, but so I can't let you know, but so I'm using this as like a bro, follow your superior officer. This is a command. Like, is it possible all the Marines there don't know?
No, I think they definitely the least the people that are like the Commodore, the Dragon about it. Like, I think he knows he definitely knows about it in the way. Like, they have to know, right? Like, they're like, oh, stop asking questions. You don't know what this is for. So I think they have an idea. Maybe they don't have the full scale. Like, maybe like they give each group a different thing to do. But I think when, like, especially if they're doing this, it seems like this is something that happens multiple times. Like, I'm guessing this happens every 3 years, right? Mm-hmm. And so, like, a lot of these commodores or whatever, they probably done this a few times and they have a grasp of what's happening. So I just think it's supposed to be like the message of, tell them it's the whole thing about just follow orders. Don't think and follow orders.
Yeah. And Dragon I saw a video that said Dragon has a very special power that a lot of people are lacking: critical thinking. Dragon Quest in the brass. Yeah, yeah. I want Gar for MVP, but depending on how Rock's end is, it might be him. Technically, Kuma might be MVP since he saved like 500 slaves, but as the big spectacle MVP, it could be either Rocks, Garp, or Rocks with how things are going. I did mention that I think Kuma's win comp or MVP win condition is. Was it? Do we know it's already been like 500 slaves?
Yeah, I think it's
Oh,
confirmed.
okay.
Like,
Okay, then that's a lot. That's really good. So shout out to Kuma. So I'm with you on that. With you on that. Also remember these are isolated islands, so it might be easy to hide the information about the genocide. Exactly. And if I understand too, it's non-world government affiliated, right? So yeah. The reason I actually asked that question was in the moment that it was posed to me, I was thinking of Jay Garcia saying, if you're not at least a commodore or like rear admiral, avert your eyes. Don't look. Look at the ground. Where it's like you have to be at a certain level of the Marines to be privy to some of this information.
yeah. I mean, the guy
So
that told, yeah, the guy that
yeah,
was saying to Dragon was a Commodore, so it could fit.
yeah. And the thing that makes me question whether I'm on the right track is I'm pretty sure I gotta find his name. Just give me a second. I don't remember that vice admiral's name, but he actually had asked Jay Garcia before he died if there was any truth. Doberman, I was right. It was Doberman, I think. He was like, "You're like how the biggest fail of this mission was letting the information come out. Does that mean there's truth to what they're being said?" Which makes me feel like you have to be the Gorosei or like a holy knight or something like that to be privy to this information for real. If a Marine knows it, it's probably the fleet admiral, maybe.
About the genocide thing?
Yeah, or like just stuff about like maybe not Emu, but like
Oh,
the
Emu was
darker
good.
parts of the world government and what they do, like Cypher Pole assassinating and infiltrating stuff to like get the Pluton or whatever. Like, I don't think
Well,
someone like Smoker as a vice admiral is privy to that information. You know what I
I
mean?
think they know. Depends on what you mean. Like, there's certain things where they're not privy, but I do think we're like the Sabodi, like the slaves of Sabodi are so old and they think we're. Like, I think even the Marines have to know. Oh yeah, these celestial dragons are horrendous people, right? Like they can't just hide that part of them. Right?
It's true. That's a
Where
good
like
point.
it's where it's the thing where I almost think we're like this is like a this is kind of like a test. Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't think they could hide something like this from the people that are actually actively doing. I
Yeah.
think they just it might be a thing where they only usually pick Marines that like they slowly build up their like tolerance to all these horrible things,
Or maybe
and
the
then this
Marines
is
that
what
believe in absolute justice.
kind
Only.
of or
Yeah.
like they like slowly being like, oh, like they'll let this seemingly innocent person go because he said because Brass says they're pirates, right? And then they slowly build it up until we're here, where like they'll be like, if the Brass tells them to, and then they have to just believe them.
I'm with you.
And,
I'm with you.
but I'm also wondering, like, why did they let Dragon go in there, right? Like, it does, like, it seems like they should know Dragon is a Garp's son, right? So it's
Well,
like,
people didn't know that. I think. See if I remember correctly. For a while, Luffy's bounty said Straw Hat Luffy. I don't remember if it always said Monkey D. Luffy, but you would even think if you saw that, you should almost immediately know. Shaki was like, "You have the same surname as the hero of the Marines." He's like, "Yeah, that's my grandpa, G-Chan." Right? What if Dragon is
yeah,
winning this? Yo, my name's Dragon.
I get that, but I just feel like the top brass. I'm not talking about like the regular flow. I'm talking about, like the Kongs and the. But like my thing was whole thing was really just
What if Dragon volunteered to go because he thought he was doing something good? There's a lot.
like
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot we
oh,
can
no,
work
yeah,
with there.
no, I just want to say quick. My real thing is just that why risk it, right? Like let's say he like doesn't find it cool, and then he tells his dad, and Garp's like, what? Like if Garp doesn't know, why risk Garp potentially finding out through his son? But it is what it is.
Well, the world government is arrogant a lot, and they make a lot of
Oh,
mistakes
definitely.
out of their hubris. So there's that. They're actually pretty incompetent, all things considered. So there's also that. They're so incompetent. Um, what was I gonna say? I kind of forgot what I was gonna say.
They're
But
dumb.
I hear what you're saying though. Like it makes what you're saying makes sense. But submarines probably been around long enough to hear rumors and have secondhand knowledge. A certain country struggled with that 20 years after its creation because they relied on terrorists to get the land, but in the war 20 years later, that generation wasn't as okay with doing the same stuff because they were told they were the good guys for 20 years. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Next comment is from Nodoguro. I'm going with Dragon. He is going to save some of the citizens, including Shanks, and get his Devil Fruit power to cause chaos. What is Dragon's MVP win condition? Is Shanks saving some citizens, developing the knowledge he needs now or the mentality he needs now to eventually form the freedom fighter that eventually becomes a revolutionary army? What do you think? Keep
I,
speaking.
I
I'm here. I'm just flipping my chicken wings in the oven real quick. Hungry.
I think yeah, man, I feel that. I think you guys mentioned like him saving Shanks, him having this good moral moment of like developing his moral compass into what it will be like, setting the basis for that. Um, him getting the Devil Fruit powers and like him having a Kobe moment. I think that would be like he has a Kobe moment in Marineford, like he stands up, maybe he stands up to Garling, and like he gets saved by Rogers, like to parallel how Shanks saved Kobe from Akainu. Like maybe he saved, like he has a moment. That's why that'd be a cool moment. Like he shows
Yo, that's mad interesting, by the way.
like
Keep
he
going.
does have some strong moments, but uh like he doesn't strengthen moments, but he has these like morally good moments though. Yeah, it's kind of hard to be MVP when you have like these demons like Garp and Roger and Rocks running around. It's kind of like the different conditions, right? Like at the scale, I look at it relative to what they are and what they do. Oh, that yeah, I could see that. Like I think Dragon, Dragon trusts Roger for yeah. I like the idea that he just put him in the ship. Like he just put him in chest and just Destiny ended up having it be on Roger's ship. But I do think Roger does. Dragon has a respect for Roger in a lot of ways. Like he showed up to Roger's what's he called? He showed up to Roger's
Execution.
funeral, like his the execution, and he also has like that quote where like I think he loves like when he sees in chapter 100 when he sees Luffy became a pirate. A dragon was like, yo, being a pirate, that's a good choice. He respects pirates, and I think it could come from Roger in God Valley.
Yeah, maybe at that point already, because of what happened on God Valley, he understands that all pirates aren't created equally. Like some pirates are just like they're dope people, even though they're pirates, or they're like kind of like the Morganeers versus the Peace Main things, like kind of like
Oh
for the
yeah.
original Wanted or Romance Dawn kind of thing, where it's like, or like even if you want to go the Pirates of the Caribbean route, right? Bootstrap Bill, he was a pirate, but he was a good man, you know. So maybe that's why he was so comfortable Luffy being a pirate because like maybe my son just wants to be free, not that he wants to subjugate or conquer anything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Uh.
Thanks for holding
I
it
th-
down.
what, yeah. I just have a quick question. It's like, do you think like, from this chapter, right? It seems like Dragon. He still likes Marine. Like I feel like he still has. He likes
Hope.
Marines more than the pirates, right?
Yeah.
If that makes. Because
When he ran
he's
to the
still
pirate
looking.
station, he's like, shit, not this way, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, when he sees the Navy, like he's actually going for the Navy. He's not liking the pirates. So I think there has to be a moment where the scales tip, and he's like, because we know he leaves the Marines, and I didn't find any justice. So yeah, I wonder when that comes. But what do you think?
I think the my best interpretation right now is that this puts the seedling of doubt in Dragon, but he stays because right now he believes this is like the world police force. If I can get stronger, I can do better and maybe change it. and maybe realizes at some point with the next incident or something he hears or sees or is a part of or is almost a part of, he
Yeah.
goes, there is no justice to be found here. This is a corrupt organization, especially because it's attached to the world government, and I need to
Yeah.
go my own route. And the
Yeah.
O'Hara incident might have been the final thing that pushed him over the edge. You killed a bunch
It
of
has
scholars. They read books, my boy.
it has to be before Skull, I think, because remember he was a
No, he
freedom
has the
fighter.
freedom fighters, but at that point, he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna change the world, Vegapunk. Watch me." And I feel like from that moment, around he was 33, is when he
Oh yeah,
started to really, really get active or make his name known as as a revolutionary.
yeah. There's some there's some incident that maybe God values him, makes him quit and
And
become freedom
and
fighters.
because Marines aren't all good, he knows pirates aren't all bad.
Yeah, he has this perfect moral compass, and I think he built up
Hmm.
in part with God Valley.
Yeah,
I do, yeah. I like KGH's question. I think Garp. I could see Kobe finding him.
y'all think okay? Maybe I like that idea. Sage said, considering how they're all fighting in the center of the valley, a big fight with Roger, Rockscarp, Whitebeard, and those peaks might collapse on each other at the end. And by part of why God Valley is destroyed, it being a race may allude to Emo and Gorosei doing something. We also know Saturn is there at a point. Yes, we do. But is that MVP arc worthy? A Kobe moment on top of those things would be good. Yeah. That's why Dragon trusts Roger with Shanks. Dragon MVP moment has to be standing on morals. Moment can't be really be strength based. That's super fair. Like if you like told off a superior officer, and I heard you say have a Kobe moment, like maybe Roger saves him from getting smoked because he's like, nah, I ain't doing this. I'm not giving you this baby or whatever.
To Garling. Ooh, I like that.
Ooh, Dragon putting Shanks in the chest was probably a resort last minute thing he had to do if he doesn't know Roger is getting the chest. Unless Dragon was hiding with Shanks and here Roger crew was taking the chest and decided to put Shanks in one of them, they would take. Dragon sees both sides of the Marine and pirates in God Valley, which is why he goes the third path on some Riku taking the way to Dawn for real. That's so funny. I just used that example in my Tower of God video. I just used that example. The way to dawn. Light, darkness, nah. Way to dawn, baby. I said this before. The reason the middle generation is weaker than the old gen is because they're kind of lost their Garp, Roger, and Xebec. Dragon chose to leave the Marines. Shanks abandoned his potential and bet on Luffy. Blackbeard skipped a generation. Had they been where they're supposed to be, they could have matched the old gen, and by proxy, characters like Mihawk, by fighting Shanks, would probably reach Whitebeard level. Well, depending on who you ask Whitebeard is getting packed up by Mihawk.
Goathawk. Goathawk
Midhawk?
upscale this chapter. We all know really got smoked by him.
Mihawk upscale. Cash says Garp Sand, hero of the helpless. Some motherfuckers think Mihawk is top one all time. Yep, they do. It's not even a joke. Garling in chapter 1086, the narrator introduces him as an individual that distinguished himself at God Valley. I believe Whitebeard was referring to Garling when he had his talk with Shanks 2 back in the pre-time script, the Scar thing that we have spoken at ad nauseum. There's an inconsistency or incongruency with him speaking to Roger at the end of Roger's kind of like journey in life before he turned himself in, and the Scar's not there unless that's being, retconned. So another Garling one. So I guess Garling has a great enough showcased. Again, I think him showing the strength of the Friggling bloodline is the most important thing. So yeah. Mihawk might be weaker than old Whitebeard, but if I speak,
Keep speaking.
but you see what I mean about the middle gen though. Yes, that makes. Sorry, I didn't even comment on that. Yes, that makes perfect sense. What you're saying, I kind of get it. Like, right? I would argue, based on what I can tell, the older generation was quality over quantity. With this current gen, it is quantity over quality. There's way more pirates, but they're not at the level of like Yashikis, I don't know, Captain John, Linlins, whatever the case may be. So yeah. Gioni says the stocks are low, but I'm putting my life on Monkey D Dragon. He said his life to ellipses, man.
Looking east.
But yeah. Radiant Black, my boy says canonically Rayleigh, but my wish is to see Garp and Bogard team up, even if it's minimal. The Bogard legend continues. I won't lie. If I was like Roger, I had no plans for Bogard, and I saw the community hype him, I'd have him something crazy. Just because, just a little fan service. Agenda says Captain John Stocks are down. Yeah, people said it's because he's related to Captain Mid with the Jiki Jiki no Mi. They're like, nah, Aura's gone. It's over for him. Um, yeah. A Bogard and Garp team up would be dope to see them like do a little team attack or something. So I'm here for it.
Yeah, man, that's the second strongest.
Hell yeah. Griever said Rayleigh's time to shine, and I don't think Rayleigh's part in this is over. So I think it makes sense. Remember, I said he's gonna have to protect Shaki. Not that Shaki can't fight, and that they won't be like mesmerized by her beauty that it can like make them weaker, like how it happened to Roger. But if she's like weakened or something in any capacity, he might actually have to defend her all the way back to the Earl Jackson, which could raise his stock some more. And this is why he becomes known as the Dark King or the King of the Underworld. Might be dope. Might be fly.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Another reason why Garp is my MVP because the Marines don't do shit, including Bogard. Yeah, I said it. Listen, I think Bogard. I'm not like with the Bogard community hype is just funny to me. Like I like it. It's funny. I'm not standing on it, but I like his design. He looks like a Marine private eye, like film noir detective to me. That's why I like his look.
I don't think anybody's serious. I think it's just all joke.
Yeah.
Serious.
Yeah.
Bogard. But me, I am fully.
Bogard will beat Rocks, and Garp will beat Bogard with crying, saying, "You're so amazing, Garp. You're incredible, just like his parallel." Dragon might do more than Bogard. He called the Dark King because of the crazy dark dungeon he created for him and Shaki. That's crazy. This is some 50 Shades of Grey. This is the, what do you call it, room? The Grey Room?
50 Shades of Grey.
Grizz said, I'm thinking Rocks, not just a glaze, but I feel like either something he says or does is going to affect Roger and give him the incentive to learn about the world history and eventually the journey for the One Piece. So far, Roger is just sailing to sail, so this is more of a hope for me. What's the thought on that? Like, what if he says something extremely inspiring before he drops to the ground or something on some Roger sending the pirates out to the Great Pirate Age or Whitebeard saying something where it's like, Roger, I never really liked you or something, but I don't know. You don't understand what the world government, blah, blah, blah. And this makes Roger think about there's maybe more to being a pirate than just being free. And that's not, I don't hate that idea.
It could. I think it could be both. But I just want to say, like, we already know he has like his whole dream. I think like his whole dream's already like he already found the Lodestar. We know he found Lodestar a year before. He knows.
Okay.
So like he has an idea of this. I don't think he just said like it's just we don't see his goal because we're not on his thing. But off screen he's like working hard. But
it could be one of those things where like he knows there's more going on, but what Rock says makes something click. Like, wait
yeah.
You know, like, hold on. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was going to go into that. Like, I just want to say that, but I do agree with it. Because there's a whole thing where, like, this is going to kind of go into it, but I have to say something.
Not good.
Thing where we know the clash between Roger and Rocks, it should have happened already, right? Like, in the one that was season 1096. Because it seems like it happens right after they leave the ship, right?
No, they're coming from completely different ends, from the northeast and southwest. So they haven't ran to each other yet like that.
Okay, because it's kind of like it says because you're saying, oh, don't leave us. You're gonna
forget the main mission.
Yeah.
I think like it's a bit of a trick of like. Once the God Valley incident starts in the Bum Goku version that we got, it seems like they landed and immediately met. I just don't think that's the case. I think they just showed us something that happened at some point where they run into each other, which will happen later. Cause I'm with you. It makes it seem like it happens immediately, or it could just be a change Oda is making. So, but
Okay.
right now the Marines are being sandwiched between the two major pirate crews, and they're trying to evacuate the Celestial Dragons. So,
Okay. Either way, I could see where like Garling has a clash with him, tells him about like I'm from the Davy clan, like I'm trying, like kind of how, like him trying to convince him, like how you convince Harold, and then it kind of like set the seed. Maybe they learned about the Davy clan, and he like thinks about, oh, why are they trying to kill them off? Like it sets a seed of like different ideas, right? If that
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah, makes sense.
I think it's a
50,
good moment there.
50 grades of silver. I can see that. Remember that Roger made it to low star. Oh yeah. If Rox's end is abrupt due to Emu or some bullshit, it might make Roger look even deeper. True. They haven't even met. They haven't met yet. Low key, kind of funny how this fight is about Roger and Rox, but Garp ended up just showing up and taking all the glory. The most Luffy shit ever. That's facts. It seems like they met right away, but knowing what we know now, it's not the case. Yeah, yeah. Big Sage said, "You already know what's is we always backing up Warp."
Who's this sage fella, man? He seems wise.
Seems like a good Trini dude. My Trini brother. Yes, sir. My gold saint brethren. That Gemini Sage guy spitting? On God he is. Oh, Big Nelly. Roger for me. I think out of all the plot lines we're gonna get for the arc, he's gonna be the most involved and put in the most work. Gonna boss up now or never. Did you psyop him? This you? This you doing? I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Hey man, don't look at any funds that he got recently.
Don't do what that guy do to freaking Kawhi Leonard. Yo, he's on his ass, bro. He's like Steve Ballmer is cheating the system. He's going around the salary cap. I'm like, dog, leave Kawhi alone, bro.
That's crazy because I know a lot of these athletes be doing that.
And yeah, that's why it's funny because I know every team is doing it to some capacity, but he's got caught. His journey not knowing about anything, he really paved the way. That's why he's the Pirate King. Big facts. Between the big three, Rocks, Roger, or Garp. Boo! Big H2, pick a side. I just want to see someone actually fight to see how strong they were to be on the Rocks crew. Gloriosa, Stussy, Captain John, Ganzui. Stussy is actually, real quick, is interesting, right? From this standpoint. The clone of Stussy that we see with ZP0 is a Cypher Pole agent, right? Thus, she's trained with Rokushiki. That's
Yes.
not what original Stussy's fighting style probably is, right? So I wonder how she fights. I know she's a tech thief and shit, but it's like, yeah, that's. I am interested. Interesting. Gloriosa, I feel, fights similar to Boa and Shaki. The kicks, the glorious, stunning, heels, everything.
Did you see how? Yeah. Did you see Gloriosa's running pose this chapter on page? When it's like the other things, it's like the Captain John and like Shiki and all them. Like she got the full on running pose.
Let me see.
That shit killed.
She's like making a real mad dash. Let me see. Where is that? It's probably. Oh yeah. She's like, oh shit. She pumping them arms, sprinting for him.
Who got a better running from Gloriosa or White?
Hold on, Whitebeard had the glaive in his hand. It's harder. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of heavy. You know what I mean? Actually, I don't see it. Damn, it's cut off. Or I lose.
No, right there.
Stussy just there trying to bounce on Whitebeard. She trying to do tricks on it. Liz goes running for Nelly at Midnown. OD Stussy probably got Nami level hands.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
Side note, I know my brain tells me Big Mom is a terrible character with an overwhelming negative impact on the story, but god damn, she's not. She's hot here. That too, like she looks incredible, but I've really I can't explain it. I've enjoyed Linlin so much in this flashback. Everything she does has moved me. I like it. I can't speak for anyone else. Has this been the best version of Big Mom for y'all? Yes or no?
Yeah, it's been the best version. Like I like her movie less in this. I think she's more. fun characters to look at here. And the comments she would make, the fact that she's just chilling on the island with everybody. I don't know. She feels more like a top dog in
Yeah,
a way.
yeah. Gloria trying to save her sis, not knowing Ray got it. Great character until she reached the age of 40. Oh, wait, I realized Garling didn't leave the kids with mom because the person telling Matthew to get the kids was in charge of them. No.
Oh yeah,
It's possible. What's up? What's up, other Simi? Cool Cash Mafia, what's going on?
yeah. I just want to say quickly, like what you said, like if somebody else was in charge, it'd be funny is like the guy's just like, yo, let me just head out for a second, kill a couple slaves and come.
And he's like, oh, shoot, we're the babies. And they like instinctively crawl to their mother. Whitebeard doing the high knees, running from war. I've never seen Whitebeard run like that before. Which means somehow Dragon got the kids from them. You know, the panel where they are running is a reference to the cover page where Luffy, Ace, and Sabo are running from Garp. That's actually makes a lot of sense. But my interpretation is ultimately a lot different. The thing that always throws me is I have to forget. These guys aren't like 17, 18, 19, 20 to like 26. They're like 30 plus, right? So like closer to 40 than they are 30. So it's just kind of crazy when I think about it like that, even though I know your quote unquote prime comes later. And I don't know how early everyone started their pirate adventure. Because I'm of the opinion if Luffy comes to this island, he can handle all them, everybody there except Garp, Roger, Rox, Harold, maybe. But like, I feel like he could beat like Big Mom here, obviously Kaido. Like Luffy is a very strong 19-year-old.
Yeah, that's the thing. Luffy in a way, Blackbeard are like they're messing up the scaling of everything, right? Like in the terms of new gen, because usually like each generation takes a couple decades to find their footing and become like the top dogs. Luffy just doing that in less than 3 years. This shit's unfair. Man.
Yeah, he's going crazy. He's speed running. I vote rocks. Big, big, big cheat. I wrote rocks. I know he falls here, but I have a feeling he will set Roger on the path of Pirate King. Indeed, indeed. I will do one more refresh, but those are all the comments, I believe. Okay. Look at this alcoholic Captain John. I can't believe you have kids' ability. I'm so mad. I like the big sis version of Big Mom. Yes. You know, I think it works better. I think Big Mom works better as a side character that's not the center of the plot and not the pinnacle of strength. As a second tier fighter, her getting humiliated isn't as bad as isn't that bad? Yeah. Whitebeard went from Jokic level athleticism to Usain Bolt, created fast twitch muscles out of thin air. Blackbeard's only new gen because they held them back in 12th grade for 20 years. To be fair, we could say that Garp and Roger got ACOG in their 20s, so the gap isn't as insane.
I could. Yeah. I think it's just the fact that like Oda set up Pocky Blooms and thing, and Luffy's like one of the only people that really goes all out of his way to like fight stronger people.
And
In
like,
a way, I think.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say like I like in a way I don't think the Straw Hats would be as strong if they were like if Luffy wasn't as like willing to push and do what the things he was really do. I don't think the Straw Hats would grow as strong as if that makes like he
Yeah.
puts them into a situation where they're forced to grow.
And also, Luffy constantly is messing with his lifespan because of how hard he has to go to win these fights. And I want to say, for like the Rayleighs, the Gabans, and like Rogers of the world, right? You have to remember they're not Devil Fruit users, which means they have to rely on hockey. And I don't know how early the concept of hockey is introduced to certain characters, because we know CP9 Rokushiki is the pathway to learning arm and hockey and whatnot, and observation, right? And Rob Lucci is like in his 30s, and he didn't have hockey till the post time skip for real. You know what I'm saying? So I think to some degree it matters how early you figure it out, but also it's like, did you have the right conditions to make it bloom? If you do not have any devil fruit, you have no other real power system to rely on. That's all you got. It's like, I have hockey. Hockey is the only thing that could help me fight against devil fruit users. Because I believe if Luffy didn't have the Gomu Gomu no Mi, he would be a hockey monster a lot earlier.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, it's also just like I think Luffy and like a lot of these things. Luffy is so interested. Like he knows what his goal. He knows that he has to fight. I think Roger was like here's your. They're kind of chilling a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rox was supposed to be taking down the government, but he got a wife and kids. He was chilling in the Shaki's bar at his island. He wasn't like. I think he was the most goal oriented of all. Even he was chilling. Roger and them were chilling. I don't think if Roger. I think if Roger didn't get sick, I think Roger getting sick is what forced him to really lock in and like be like, "Alright, we just gotta go through one time and find it."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You said finally caught that atrocious American time stream. I am not American. I am Canadian, but fair enough. North America, I guess. But yeah, what's up? What's up, King Karma? Um, so I'm free Thursday to Monday. All right, what else was being said here? Luffy does punch over his weight class by supposedly sacrificing his lifespan, but for that to mean anything, it has to be relevant. Would he? He solo trained his fruit, so I don't think Garp was going to teach him hockey. I forgot what I said, honestly. If it weren't for Rayleigh, we wouldn't know shit about hockey. He's heard about it and stuff, and he's done stuff subconsciously. But yeah. Sounds like the future newest American state to me, oh brother. 50,
Are we
50,
wait? Yeah.
51st state type beat.
Y'all can be the 11th province.
There you go.
Who LVP gonna be Somers or is it gonna be? Yo, that Manmeyer girl does not move.
No, she's trash.
She said, "Oh, if pirates are town folks, none of you guys will escape."
Mm-hmm.
And then she just goes for the thing like, "Why don't you pull the big mom, huh?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, come on. Pull that little pee-wee pistol on her. See if you don't get your ass fried up. Fried
but
up.
yeah,
But
Somers
yeah.
gonna be the LVP.
Yeah, he stinks. Yeah, he stinks. I agree, but she's top 3 though. I feel it. Well, that's all the comments we have. Is there anything else you feel the need to say to the chatters about the God Valley incident in general, the chapter, what's to come, who the MVPs could be, a surprise pick. I just realized that Don Marlon is there. That nigga is dead. And Ochako didn't pull up. Does anyone have any high hopes for Silver Axe?
For who?
For Silver Axe. Any hopes? Is he gonna do anything?
No, I took up his drive. I think Shiki might show off more.
Yeah. Side note: this God Valley flashback is some insane prequel series bait. Who do y'all think the MC of the prequel would be? Probably Roger.
Yeah, it's just like, kind of the easiest one. I think next chapter we kind of focus on, because the ones we did. I think we'll focus on Rock and his family, and then Garling. Maybe like a potential meeting. That's my Bogart 1v2ing would be.
He said I did be a bum now, but I would argue Garp actually. The prequel should be dual MCs, Garp and Roger. That actually makes a lot of sense too. Garp is not an insane choice.
Oh, sorry, I just want to say real quick. Everything that Garp does in this God Valley flashback is Kobe upskill, and you guys should know that.
Hey, I'm not. I have been a fan of Kobe my entire fucking life. That's a lie. Since he popped back up Sabaody, not post Ennis Lobby. Sorry. So I'm like, damn, Soru. I'm like, you and Hamilton got dealt with easily, obviously, but it's like, Kobe, you were swabbing the deck for Alvida. You had no combat ability. You got this far that quickly. I was so impressed. And nobody back in the day was rocking with me. They're like, bro, shut the fuck up. And I'm like, wow, okay. Now look at them. See, this is not long-term payoff. This is why just listen to me. I'm always right. Just listen. All right? Except for when I pick certain characters to champion and they lose and die.
Hawkins off.
Who's that? Hawkins? Never heard of him. Never heard of him. My favorite supernova has always been Luffy. Oh shit. I'm assuming the two families that were right behind the Figerland family are the two strongest knights, including Garling. It's possible. Unfortunately, man, mayor, girls top three. Boo. We have heard the name more than once. Oda did say he would be the MC if Luffy wasn't. I actually didn't know that. Oh, that makes sense too, based on some stuff we saw from Wanted and like Romance Dawn. Hey man, Kobe got it. He the only character other than Luffy to have an occasional on-screen hockey bloom. Yep. But side note, this upscale agenda is equivalent of Michael Jordan as an MVP. Steve Nash upscales. Relax. This is how big a Kobe fan I am. I regularly watch the Hand Island special to see Kobe scenes.
Yeah, there was a entire time we were starving.
Yeah.
This is kind of off topic, but I want to say, respect teaches fighting, how much of a fighting genius he is.
Oh, hold on. Hold on, pulling it out. He's pulling his. It's Pookie piece, right? Pew. Yeah.
Pew piece.
Yeah. Please don't have anything crazy in your media. I don't feel like having to, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, by the way, Zoro novel.
Oh, and there's like Bonnie was supposed to have a straw hat.
Law novel. She was supposed to have a straw hat? No, I didn't see that.
Like the fifth picture, that's Bonnie.
Let me see. Oh wow. Wow.
Yeah, there's like a additional comment where they say like she's supposed to have a straw hat. I'm glad she doesn't.
Yeah. So this came out from my understanding from the One Piece magazine. Let me just glaze my goat a little bit. One of my goats. I actually don't even want to read all this. After Newgate's death in the Marineford War, Teach stole this ability through an unknown method. He has since mastered it, and now freely demonstrates his power. The Guru no Mi has been awakened. I'm telling y'all. And the Marco's Devil Fruit thing is here too, by the way, if you guys care.
I feel like people don't respect how much of
You know what?
Fighting genius, because him awakening a fruit in 2 years is.
Yeah, the Devil Fruit merchant does what he does. Respect him. Big body Teach. But if he's strong, why he fat though?
His Conqueror's hockey in his belly.
Oh, this is Giannis has an MVP and defensive player of the year. Jokic has more MVP. Jokic defense upscale. Let's go. Big Jokic, big Joker. Zoro got that Kagura Bachi stance. It's literally what I'd be hearing with this Mihawk upscale shit. No, I'm with you. I hear you. Anyone with a sword, Mihawk upscale. All right. Eventual Zoro upscale. Like, shut up. Another one of the BB downplays is gone. Yep.
Oh yeah, reading that it says he is Blackbeard used that the red line down? Because he said the fruit is insanely destructive.
Mm-hmm.
Just to break down the red line.
I love that idea. I love it. All right, I'm hungry. Anything else we need to say?
No. Invest in Bogart stock.
Yo, believe it. What did Soul King say to Robin? Believe in Bogart. Believe in Bogart.
I could never imagine Bogart losing.
You know what? You know what's crazy though? So I don't know how old he'd be here, but when Crocodile pulls, let me stop.
Yo, he's 8 years old here.
8-year-old Crocodile, but you know what I'm saying? Come get the Suna no Mi.
Yo, his Conqueror's hockey black.
Hit the bob and weave through the sand, and I'm out of there. Crocodile is the real God Valley MVP. They didn't even know he was there. He put up a sneaky 40 piece. No one even knew. Like, he had 40 points? I didn't even know that. Yeah.
Who do you think took out Captain John?
Exactly. Why do you think Captain John's arm is metal? He dehydrated the arm. I have to metal up. Metal up.
The real reason Garp doesn't talk about it because he doesn't want to admit he lost an 8-year-old clock.
Yeah. Xebec be moving like a prime Jordan while his son doesn't move, period. Damn. Yeah.
Nah, hey man. Blackbeard gonna awaken. The youngest Conqueror's awakening. He's gonna be crying and he's gonna shut everybody down. Mm-hmm.
Do you have what are your? Damn man, I had one last question. I completely lost it. Shiki, We know Shiki was one of the major players during the Roger kind of era, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Does he do this post God Valley since he's not someone who's particularly highlighted in the God Valley incident, or could it start here, or does he do something here that's impressive?
I think he'll do so. Like, it seems like he's a left-hand man of rocks in a way, because like the way they're set up.
Because
But,
they both
I'll take-
they were like the only two who pulled up, well, plus Dusty, I think, who pulled up the Elbath the first time when Loki was a baby or a kid.
Yeah. It seems like they're like like they were there in the beginning. I'll take my L. I thought Shiki was gonna be stronger than White.
Mhm.
But I think definitely show like he'll have some great moments. Especially if we know he has his root, like maybe he does something like he destroys, like he makes one of the like pillars move, like the two pillars with his. Like, I could see that
Yeah.
because he's a third, like he was running shit in the Roger era with him, Roger, and they didn't.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I think Shiki goes there.
Crocodile stalemating Bullet, aka Rayleigh's equal right now in God Valley. He's the Demon Air. Yeah. Watch Stampede. Cannon. Stop. Shiki seems like the Sanji equivalent for rocks. Shiki loses extreme tips to Bogart. Funny enough, Xebec, Whitebeard, Shiki, and Bakine seem like Bizarro, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Nami.
Oh, do you think Shaki's gonna do anything, or is she gonna be out of command? Because we know she can, like, she's been fighting.
She was able to kick that loser Summers, and so I feel like I don't know how much damage she took from the hit she got, but if she's free, I don't see why she can't fight either. I just don't think she's a level of combatant as like the top Roger Pirates and stuff. That's all.
I could see, like
Gloriosa, I want to see get active a little bit too. By the way,
Oh, she's gonna be fighting people. Be like, look at me, Roger.
Roger gonna be like, Jackie, why really?
You know the girl God Knight that was like right beside Garling with black hair. I could see her the Shaggy fight.
Okay.
Doesn't seem she's too strong, but she's strong enough that it'll be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Shaki saving her Andy to absorb Rayleigh's advanced color of cockers. that ACOG. That ACOG. All right, you guys. This is probably the last stream for the week. If I can get a stream camping while we're hiking or something, maybe I'll do a little mobile stream. But after Thursday, I'm not here until Monday. I'll be out of town, like 3 hours away and stuff. So thank you guys for rocking with me. I hope to actually get some Sonic Racing Crossroad in on Monday. For real. I did play a little bit yesterday and during that To Be Hero X video, but that was just a demo. So shout the Crossworlds. Dusk Fate is fire. Marvel Cosmic Invasions is going crazy. Probably play that demo on stream for you guys a little bit too. And yeah. Any final words?
Roger gonna invest in Roger. I know he's not. He might not seem like it, but he's gonna be the MVP, man. Trust.
Believe in Crocodile.